her end. It's happened just miraculously, and you're so darn grateful, right? They would say, Dallas, right?
So I mean, I have to say that because in your book, you also say that once things do start to happen, they do seem to happen seamlessly, and they're not stressful. It just, as you just said,
Bingo.
It starts.
Yes.
And I wanted to that's why I wanted to ask you, because I was seeing that, and I must interject just quickly and say congratulations are in order for you, Ken, because apparently I have seen that your book Manifesting 123 is now an Amazon bestseller. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. And I did something you did years ago. I don't know why. I've thought about this many times. Sometimes things get put in your head. Or maybe it's that song you heard in the morning and it's still there and you don't realize where it comes from. But I went out under the stars, which I do very rarely, and I just looked up and I made this statement. It was like a prayer. It was like a command. It was a thought. And I want to tell you that your thoughts are commands. Your ego may not wrap around that. I try to keep my ego out of it, but a thought is a law. It is as if it were a command, like a genie would do. And I stood out under the stars, and I still remember exactly what I said. Bring me the truth. Just bring me the truth, and I'll wrap it around the world millions and millions of times. And in a very short time, I started putting some of my very gifted worldly friends on the radio, and it was in the tens of millions of times. Well, the audience size was tens of millions of people on late-night radio and daytime radio. And a little bit of television, but also radio. So that happened immediately. Within 6 weeks or so, it began to happen. But now, some 20-plus years later, now I'm on the radio with your assistants, and we're wrapping this very important information, a gift to us all, around the world. And I'm so very, very grateful for that. But going back to your thing, if you specify success, let's also specify that it's not overwhelming.
Yes.
Let's specify that it's kind, that it's positive, that it's positive. And when you're doing these scenes in your movie, and every scene ends with gratitude, then you go to the next scene. You can come back and tweak those. They're not written in stone. You're the creator. You're in charge of this. So I have seen tweaks that I put in to different scenes in my movie come into form within days or weeks.
Wow.
I can see the tweak come in, and it's a very specific tweak, and I watch it happen. So going back to your question now, and I alluded to that when we take a train to Scotland. We're not taking the train. That is the idea of not using specificity when you're in your future. You simply want to be in the place. You want the future to have already happened. If it's a troubling relationship in your future, again, you can make the observation in a scene in your future. You can observe that in your chair, or you're in a scene in the future with maybe there's a bad family dynamic. And in that scene in your future, everyone's getting along beautifully. It may be a special occasion. It may not be, but it's friendly and humorous and positive. It's positive, and everyone's comfortable. That's the bottom line. Everybody's comfortable in their future, in their way, and that family dynamic, that negative does not exist. And you're so very grateful. Now, you don't specify that somebody went to counseling, or somebody died, or somebody got divorced, or somebody broke up, or this and that. No. You simply observe that really positive dynamic. And you're so very grateful. That's it. And you do that every day, and just sit back and watch what happens. And don't try to manage it.
No.
But the opportunity may come to you, or it may not. It may happen without your help at all, which would be the ideal, really.
So you're thinking about things.
Well, if you're thinking about it, it's taking form. Let me be clear.
But you're not thinking about it stressfully.
Beg your pardon?
You're not thinking about it stressfully. You want it to become part of your everyday thinking, so that it's not a stressful. I need. Erratic.
Oh.
You want it to become smooth and part of your everyday thinking. Is that right?
Well, here's two things. There's a tripwire right there. You said I need.
Don't want it like important.
Well, I'm gonna go to the word because that's a command. You just punched a keystroke. You just typed H on the keyboard. So H is what's forming up over there. You said need. We're going to come to that. At the core of all of this is simply something very simple. You are worthy to ask. I don't care if you're in prison. I don't care what you've done or who you are. You are worthy to ask and create more of what you have, or I don't want any more of that, or to create change. You are all worthy. We were born equally worthy. Now, thoughts are real, and they are literal as heck.
Scary thought, but yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to scare people, and I'm not going to, and I don't want to give you a lot of rules because there aren't many. Okay. There's just a few. You already heard them, but we're going to go through them again. You've already heard them. It's that simple. Now, when you say, I need something, there is nothing for your thoughts to build. You have declared, I am in need. All right, nothing is built. Or, let's say that you are living very comfortable, but you keep saying that I need, then your house of cards can collapse. Mm-hmm. You can create need. So let's not use the word need. Mm-hmm. You desire, you wish, you're building on, you're moving towards, you're having, ditto for want. Mm-hmm. If you go to the line, and there's the genie there, or God Almighty, or whoever's in charge of the system, and the person in front of you says, well, I desire a better home. Poof, there it is. So off you go. Next person comes up. I need some help in obtaining a better career. Okay, here's your slip. Go right over there. You'll have a better career. And you come up there and you say, well, I want a car. You're wanting for a car? Yes, I'm wanting for a car. Okay, you're wanting, okay, no car for you. And what else? Well, I need, oh, well, you're in need. Okay, well, okay, is that it? Okay, next. And you went away with nothing. Oh. Because you declared that you were wanting and you declared that you are needy. Mm. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it works because your words take form and it can create a negative. It can create more need. Yeah. It can create that you are wanting. So let's not go there.
So those are, as you just said, the negative, and you don't want to be focusing on that because it's making you, I don't want to say paranoid, but it's making you needy. It's making you, it's not a good thought process that you're just desperate. I have to have, I need. It's not a positive thought. Yeah.
Well, and it's part of our language. We use it. It's how we grew up. I have used it already on this program a number of times. I'm sure you can go back there and go, oh, there you go. See, said it again. But I'll have a laugh about it. But I'm not repeating that. Mm-hmm. I'll catch myself if I can. But I can't get it 100% out of my vocabulary, but I do catch it. Uh-huh. And I'll work around that. I'll cover it over. I'll say, well, no, I'm wanting is not, I am requiring this. I am working towards this. I am wishing. I'm not hoping either, because that's nebulous. I am making, I'm creating. Now, let's have a little proof. Einstein was rumored to have these thought, what do you call them? I can't remember the exact term, but he would have some sort of complicated idea, and he would make a thought story out of it. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to do here. So imagine, you don't believe in thought. And I made the point, I make it again, it's very important for you to know what it is you desire. Please. I don't care how you do it. Let's figure out what it is you would like you wish and hope your life to be. Mm-hmm. Better still, what do you specify your life to be? And as I like to say, I want you to point yourself to happiness given a choice rather than unhappiness. So take a little time and write down those things, or just think about the things that you would desire in your life. Mm. And also think about the things you're not having anymore. You're just not going to put up with that anymore, right? And you may not have any control over these things in your life. That's not true. you have more control than you could possibly imagine over these negative things in your life. So let's have this little thought example. You're on the, what do they call it, the M1, M2?
Yes, motorway.
Yes, and you're blasting down the M1 at 90 kilometers an hour. What is that, about 70 miles an hour here? Something 65 miles an hour. And you're in 4 lanes of traffic. And everybody on the M1 knows where they're going if they're driving. Every driver on the M1 knows where they're going. And by the way, a lot of the people that signed on with the driver, they know where they're going too, as passengers.
Yes, that's right.
So everybody's just hauling down, full speed, full tilt down the M1. Everybody knows where they're going. And you're in the center lane, and for whatever the reason, for whatever the la-di-da reason, or for whatever, because you have too many other things going on, too many things on your plate right now, you just decide, or you don't decide about where you're going. You don't care right now where you're going.
Oh, bad.
And you take your hands off the wheel. Your foot's still on the accelerator. That's the way life is. and you just don't care. Or you take your foot off the accelerator. You just don't care. Hands are on the wheel, and people are screaming bloody murder, bloody hell at you. I love all the phrases you have. But you don't care. And what's going to happen?
Bad.
You're going to get run off the road.
Yes.
Your next trip's going to be in an ambulance.
Oh.
And the ambulance driver knows where you're going to go because you don't care. You're going to the hospital.
Oh, my God. Bad.
So it's important to know, to specify, because you have the choice, where is it you wish to go? Where do you desire? Where do you, did I say want a while ago? So that's what manifesting is all about. You specify the things in your future, and those things in your future have already happened. Can it get any easier than that?
Wow. When you say it like that, it sounds so simple. And as you say, it is simple, but we have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could see me, I'm standing on my head trying to get it across. It's so very simple. It's so very simple. But it's too good to be true. Is it too good to be true? Is breathing too good to be true? Is gravity too good to be true? Did anybody ever tell you? You don't know this, but they turn the gravity off between the hours of 3 and 4:25 a.m. worldwide. You don't know that, did you?
Is that why people fall over if they get out of bed?
Yeah. That's why you wake up with a bump on your nose, because you float and hit the ceiling every night. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So these are our gifts. And what better gift, if you believe in God, or if you don't believe in God, it's a great gift. We believe in God. If you don't believe in God, it's a very cool thing that just happens, that we are able to make things, anything. Mm-hmm. Is it God's will that the iPhone 7 is going to come out in September, do you think?
They're pushing for it. They're pushing it.
Yeah, that's pushing the limit, isn't it? Yeah. I can make a case, probably not. Not that I know, one way or the other, but
does someone else trying to block what you're thinking? Does that have an effect as well? So if you told people that you wanted to, I don't know, be success, and there are people around that don't want you to be successful, if they tried to block your positive thought process for success, would that put you off kilter? Could it?
Well, you said want. Anyway.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I use this example in the book. I'll use this example in the book.
Uh-huh.
And it comes up in a lot of the interviews because it's a pretty outlandish example, but it's a very clear expression of that. In 1939, Hitler got up one morning and decided he's going to invade Poland. Very bad thing. And 100,000 angels did not stop his army at the Polish border. It was allowed. Or if there's no one in charge, it didn't matter. He got to do what he decided to do. And he was